Man, shit.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Shit.
We're talking about for the new year, the new incoming of gym etiquette.
Gym Etiquette 2024.
And we know how people come in with the new, what they call it,
Resolution.
resolutions.
New Year's
for
resolution.
New Year. And you know how that shit got started. But anyway, we're going to take it to a different
I
level.
don't know how I get started. I don't even know the history. What's the history?
The history was with the Romans, I think.
Yes,
You think. Let me look it up. I gotta look it up.
You fucking laughing for it. It started with the Romans and the resolutions when they were praised for the gods. Because it was basically a religious day. Saying give thanks to the gods. And when the TV came around, the electricity, they changed the whole format around. Now it became partying and drinking and everything else.
And they promised what they would do for the gods.
100%. So what the fuck you left? You know what I mean? Like I said, it started with the Romans, I think fucking started the Romans. It started back then when he said, "Listen, we're gonna please the gods if we're doing it for the gods." And then as time went on, when electricity came about, he said, "You know what? Let's make it more party. And we make it to another year, completely different, religious to." That's right.
So it lost its meaning.
Completely. But you know, that's like anything else.
You pretty much right.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. Get me for five.
You pretty much right. Yeah. So
Joker. I'm sorry, Joker.
So the Babylonians
That's what
celebrated the New Year during a 12-day festival called Etiquette.
Yeah.
This was the start of the farming season to plant crops,
Thank you.
crown their king,
I know my
make
shit.
promises to return borrowed farm equipment, and pay their debts. The Babylonian New Year was adopted by the ancient Romans.
Who did I say? Thank you.
As was the tradition of resolutions.
Thank you, Big Shorty.
The timing, however,
Say it.
eventually shifted with
Say
the
it.
Julian calendar
Say it.
in 46 BC.
Say it. Keep going.
Which declared January 1st as the start of the new year and began each year. Here you go.
Go ahead.
Began each year.
Go ahead.
Here you go.
Go ahead.
By making promises to the god.
What I just said?
Janus,
Woo!
for whom the month of January
January named after.
is named after.
Greek math. Greek
Okay.
math.
All right, you got that.
That boy doing shit. You hear me? That boy doing shit. He don't speak on shit unless he know it.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'll let you run your mouth. Go ahead. He just gave it. Big Shorty just gave it to you, man.
Okay.
Same thing I just said. Go ahead.
Big Shorty, didn't you have a situation the other day about resolutions?
Who, me?
Hey.
I had no situation about resolutions. I had a situation about gym etiquette.
Okay, it was gym etiquette.
Gym etiquette. Now, the resolution part comes in because anybody that goes to a gym,
Amen.
okay, they know at the beginning of the first of the year, probably till about March, the gym gets overwhelmed with people with their New Year's resolution about getting fit, getting in shape. I'm finally going to do it. But then it falls off probably 2-3 months later.
Yep.
So with that being said, the gym right now is packed. Okay, you go in the gym, you seeing new faces. Just to give you something, I've been going to my gym for probably a good 20 years. I've been going to the same gym. Every year I see this, and I see new faces at the beginning of the year, and then by 3 months later, they die off, right? So the other day I'm in the gym, and I'm very gym etiquette, right? Any weights I use, I put away. Any equipment I use, I wipe down.
I want you to come to our gym like that.
Anytime I'm in a gym and I see a piece of equipment that's open and I see people around it, I ask, is anybody using this? If they say, yeah, I walk off. I go do something else. Right? I've been in the gym long enough to know that I can do the same body muscles that I want to work. Okay. I can do it in different ways, right? It doesn't have to be that specific equipment. So anyway, I'm in the gym, I'm working out. I go to use a piece of equipment. When I look around, everybody's working out on a piece of equipment around this cable machine. I go ahead, approach it. At that point, I don't feel like I need to ask anybody if they're using it because everybody's using something else around their equipment. So I proceed to interchange the handle on the cable to a rope. As I'm doing this, a guy who actually been going to this gym for many years as well, promptly gets off of a piece of equipment, walks over to me, and says, "Hey, I got one more set on that." So me being me,
Somebody approached you and said, "What?"
They got one more set on that, right?
Let me ask a question. So he was using equipment also?
He was using a pet machine that's adjacent to what I was about to use.
So basically, he was working out. You walked over and go ahead.
Correct. He's already working out a piece of equipment. I go to interchange the handles to a rope, and he comes over. He gets off the machine, comes over to me and says, "Hey, I got one more set on that." So I said to him, "You were just working out over there on that piece of equipment." And he says, "Yeah, I was using this." He said, "We could work out together." And I said, "Well, we can't because I'm changing the handle." So he looks at me and just said, "Never mind," and walks off. Now, you know, me and my nature, right, I usually get rah-rah with that. But I said, you know, I'm going to keep it cool, and I'm going to let whatever happens, happens, and he walked off. And that ended that. But what I really wanted to say, was get the fudge out my face. And no, we're not working out together. So, you know, I'm just saying, gym etiquette, when you're in the gym, there's a lot of people that's using different equipment and everything and stuff like that. Somebody might go to the bathroom. Somebody might be taking a break, you know, between their sets. You know, you should always ask if people around, "Hey, is anybody using this equipment?" If a person comes back and say, "Hey, listen, man, I just went to get some water, went to go to the bathroom," whatever, and they come back and say, "Okay, you could go ahead and work out," or you know what, work out with them on that piece. I've done that too. But that particular situation, I'm like, come on, man, you can't haul two pieces of equipment. You can't do that. Not for me.
But you know what, though? A lot of people are bullies in the gym. They're real life bullies.
Yeah, and I've seen it.
We work at a gym or a club that's not, because you call it what do you call it? I want to say our club is a, what do you call that type of club? A hardcore club. Our club is more of laid for fitness. It's a difference. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, you get these guys coming in, and some females will bother me more than anything else. They come to the gym, and we try to run a neat club, right? You get this equipment, they pack the weights on, and then the form is looking crazy.
Yes.
They more impressed by lifting heavy instead of working about their form.
It's called ego lift.
Yeah, I never could understand that. Then when they're done from doing nothing, they walk away from the weights.
So I can say this, right? Because I've been, like I said, I've been in the gym many, many years. I've been around the weights a long time. And I can say back in my early days lifting weights, I used to be like that, right? Ego lifting. And the reason why you would leave the weights on the machine, so people would say, "Wow, that's what he was lifting?"
Who was
right? I'm trying to lift. You know what I mean? Like you, but you leave it there so that the next person can say, "Wow, yo, that dude's strong."
So basically, it's like a mark,
pretty much
a dog pissed on a tree.
It's ego. It's my ego. You know what I mean? Back then, when I was young in the game, that's what it was all about. You know, but as I matured in the game, it's not about the heavyweight. It's about form. It's about muscle under tension, but not that ego stuff, right? That ego stuff gonna get you hurt down the road.
But like I said, I call that a hardcore gym. The gym we're at is not a hardcore, and they still do it. And I look at people, and I'm like, it's like my like my friend says, you got people who work out and don't change at all. They go through all this because, like you just said, everything is about form, intensity, and that contraction of your muscle. If you ain't got none of that, ain't nothing happening. By you straining all that weight, you ain't doing hurting yourself.
Exactly.
And then, like I said, they'll leave that weight on. I'm like, yo, bro, you know you got to take that off, right? You rack it, unrack it.
Exactly.
Tripods.
In the gym. They're setting up
and then here's the crazy part about the tripods. Why?
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, right? I'm like, tripod. I said, okay.
I trapezoid.
Yeah, right. I know I said tripod. I said, I heard that muscle before, but okay.
What muscle group that is?
People come to the gym, everybody want to be a trainer. I know that. Every single body want to be a trainer or a social media for us. Influencer, thank you. So I don't understand it, man. And you're not that. See, here's the thing about I learned about cameras. It can show something that you're not.
Absolutely. That's why they do it.
Yeah, it shows something that you're not. I seen people in that gym look like they're solid, and when they walk, the whole body shake.
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm sorry, but this is factual.
Yes. Listen, man. Like even now, right? You know, I got a training background, but when I'm in the gym, I'm on my business, right? I work out. If I see somebody doing something wrong on an exercise, I don't even say nothing to them. And the reason why, because they ain't gonna listen to me in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen many people, you know, doing an exercise, and I'm like, they're doing it wrong. But I know why they doing what they're doing, because they're ego lifting. They got too much weight, and they moving it, thinking they doing something, and they not. They not. And the sad part is, a lot of times these people are younger.
That's what.
So they not hurting right now, but give them about 10 years.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, yo, I tore my shoulder, I ripped this, I ripped that, whatever, and then they'll learn.
But you know what really got me laughing is the shoulder, right? They think a shoulder is a small muscle. Certain muscles don't require heavy weight.
It does.
It's facts. But they think I gotta have it because he's seen some influencer or some old crazy movement on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, and they think it's good. Now the guys who doing his weight got shoulder the size of my head. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But so twice starting with heavy weight, it's crazy.
Mm. And again, I can attest to that too, because that was me. That was me doing lateral raises, side lateral raises, and I had to be at 50 pounds, you know, and stuff like that. And it was like, you know, my body rocking, but guess what? I'm moving it. You see me moving it. So I'm ego lifting, right? And when in reality, I should have been probably 30 pounds lighter and getting the movement right, not swaying. But again, that's the gym culture. You got, and let's get to the guys that's big with the muscles, and they doing 50 pounds, right? They lying too. I don't care how big they is, how ripped they is, they lying because they taking
enhancement.
They taking exactly. They taking some kind of Trenabol or whatever you want to call it. They taking steroids. They doing all kinds of stuff, but then they on these YouTube videos telling you this is how you should do it. Make sure your meal plan is like this. If you want all that, they tell you everything except for the milligrams of steroids that they taking that they don't want to even confess to, and have you thinking you gonna look like them if you do exactly what they saying.
Especially like this. You want these? Do this.
Exactly.
You want these? Do that.
Exactly.
But you gotta have 50 pounds or more.
Exactly. You gotta go heavy. That's it. You gotta go heavy. You want size, you gotta go heavy.
If you want to be a gorilla.
You know, but they're not telling you
forgetting that one part.
Exactly. And they're not telling you that, listen, I don't care how much you can bench press. Nope. I don't care how much you can squat. I don't care how much you can deadlift. Your heart can only take so much. And they packing on 300 pounds on a frame that's 5'8". You know how hard that heart is working? Constantly. And they're injecting steroids and other performance-enhancing drugs that's eating them up inside. But it's the outside they worried about looking good. There's many, you can go back right now, the last year or two, how many people been on YouTube telling you to do this and that and everything and stuff, and they done died.
Yep, they're not there no more.
They done died.
Just like a guy who, remember, had a ripped chest? Cali Muscle.
Cali Muscle had a heart attack.
Yeah.
But there's other people that didn't survive.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That didn't survive. And even Cali Muscle will tell you, see, Cali Muscle will really, because I looked at a lot of his videos too. He'll tell you, oh man, me eating the McDonald's, because you know he did videos where he sat there and he ate Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, Burger Kings, whatever the burgers was, he was stuffing in his face, was putting on that size. But see, there is a video out there where he talks about how he was doing steroids too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now look at him. He done cut weight. He under 200 pounds. He 30-day watermelon challenge. He doing all that stuff now. You know, he ain't got that size on him no more. And, you know, it was a reality check for him. And, you know, good thing he survived, but he was a big dude. He died too. Yup. Yeah. Guys
that's one of the rip muscle and strength.
Yes. Guys that everybody want to emulate, you know, get ripped. And you think these guys, man, this guy's healthy, man. He's got the muscles, this, and that. And die of a heart attack.
A ton of the wrestlers, the professional, the WWE
exactly.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
Heart attacks.
Yeah.
Dead. Some of them survived, but
listen,
they ain't muscled up like they
was.
was.
Nope. You did not look at, okay, I give you the big one. Ronnie Coleman.
Yep.
He was a house. That man was a house. And exactly. You know, and numerous of back surgeries. Right? He got to take several different kind of pain medications daily. And the man can barely walk. He walked basically with a walker. Basically. Now, you know, and he basically is a shell of himself. You know, and you know, a wise friend of mine always would tell me, man, why you trying to lift all that weight? And he's a big dude. Now I'm like, yo, you not lifting this? And he'll say, nah, And I'm like, man, you crazy, man. I know you can get this. He said, nah, man, I don't lift nothing like that. And for years, I wasn't listening to him. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what? Man, he had a point way back when. Let me drop this weight. Because now it ain't about what I'm doing now. It's about longevity. You know, at 50-something years old.
You already said, right?
You know, I'm in the gym.
You already just said.
Working out. And I don't care who's looking at me. I'll pick up the 12-pound weights.
Too many brothers over 50 still working out.
Yeah. I'll pick up the 12-pound weights now. I'll pick up the 15s. I'll pick up the 20. And I'm done.
And guess what? I'm over 60 and I don't pick up 5 pounds, 20 pounds.
How about that? I don't ego lift no more. You know what I mean? But I'm in the gym all the time and I see people constantly doing what I used to do. And like, I didn't listen back then. If I went over there to talk to them, they wouldn't listen to me either. I actually, as a matter of fact, there was one young guy that I asked because he kept trying to lift heavy on the bench, straight bar. And I asked him, why is he trying to lift so heavy? And he's like, competition. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And I left it alone because I know his mindset because my mindset was the same thing. You know, let me put 315 on the bar. Let me put 340 on the incline, you know, bench, you know, and here I'm struggling everything in my body just to move this thing. And now I barely even look at the straight bar when I work out. It's all dumbbells really. And I could grab a bench with dumbbells and pretty much do just about all my workout in one spot. Mm-hmm. So,
well, like you said, a lot of people don't have that knowledge and understanding. And like you said, in a gym, there's a lot of egos, and you don't want to take it up hand. But you heard it live, folks, on Swagga.
All right, Swagga family, we about to wrap this session up for the day. Make sure you like, comment, and share this, and give us your opinions on what you think about this whole situation. Until the next time, Swagga out.